Let me set it up. Log in later and check the features. I'm not getting a live feed at all. Well, I'm not seeing it. There it is. Okay. And now I'm getting a live feed sound. Okay, I think I got it solved. I don't know exactly what happened. Good morning. My name is Judge Person, and I do welcome everybody to the Temple Municipal Court. I actually have everybody on mute to start out with for a reason, and that's because lots of people are connecting, people have technical problems, and if we hear all of that, we don't hear court. So you will have an opportunity to be unmuted and to have your turn to speak. But I'm actually just going to take it one person at a time. So I do welcome everybody to court this morning. And I have some announcements to make. But for those who are here on the pretrial docket, that's where you've pled not guilty. You're counted too, but there are two dockets we're running. And Ms. Rice is here. She does represent the state. She's waving at everybody. Wave one more time, Ms. Rice. Thank you. And I'm actually going to start by sending her an invitation to that pretrial breakout room. And Attorney Robert Callahan is here. They're going to go ahead and meet. And if y'all will click on your meeting breakout announcement, that should work. Let's see. Yeah, they're all there. So just get them started and to not waste people's time. So I do want to give you some basic information. One is that when you're pulled over, when you're given a ticket for any reason or issued a citation, if it came in the mail, those are all methods that we have for accusing someone. That's what a ticket is. It's an accusation. And a plea is an answer or a response to that accusation. There are three options for pleading. They are guilty, not guilty, and no contest. Now, if you plead guilty, you're actually saying, I did this. You're saying that under oath. And I have, for the most part, people's written pleas. If there's any confusion, I'll clarify with you. But if you plead guilty, you're saying I did it. If you plead no contest, you're just authorizing me to find you guilty, but not admitting or denying it. It's kind of a neutral way to move forward in the sentencing. And a guilty plea moves you forward in the sentencing as well. And then if you plead not guilty, that is contesting the charge, and it means that you want a trial. And so we're moving not with sentencing, but with trial preparation. And there's an online meeting that's today, in many cases. And then there's a final in-court meeting, and that'll happen at a later date. It's set at the same time. So I just want to let you know how things move through a courtroom, okay? And then I want to clarify who's here, and then I'll move forward. And I also want you to know your options for sentencing. And I think it's important for everybody to have that same information. Most of us will represent ourselves in cases like this, Class C offenses, and you still have the same rights and the same process that you follow here as you would in a first-degree felony. And so Zoom is a great way to keep us from having to stand in long lines in court, and we're grateful for the option. Sometimes it's not perfect like we saw this morning, so I'll just work with everybody individually when it's your turn, okay? So when you're being sentenced, normally if you plead guilty or no contest, the law is like this. There's a general rule and then there are exceptions, okay? So the general rule is I accept your plea, you're found guilty, you owe the fines and costs, subject to ability to pay. Now, there's still 4 ways to gain a dismissal and keep it off your record. And I just want to walk you through how those work. So first, I'm going to tell you what they are, and then I'm going to give you a brief overview of how they work, because everybody kind of learns this stuff a little different way. Okay, so they are one, you can have a moving violation dismissed through a driver safety course option. 2, if you have a compliance issue, something that the law defines as a compliance issue, you can get it dismissed by coming into compliance. I'll talk more about that in a moment. 3 is if you do what is called a deferred disposition. I'll tell you what that means in a moment in case you haven't heard of it. And 4 if you qualify and successfully complete teen court. Okay. Now, all of these methods keep it off your record. And the general rule is it goes on your record. Accept your plea, you're found guilty, it goes on your record and you pay it. Okay. So let me talk about these 4 dismissal options. Let me start with compliance dismissals. Those are things that can be brought up to date and dismissed. State law has to say that that can happen. Okay. So for example, let's say you're driving along and you put on your blinker and you turn, officer stops you and says you didn't put on your blinker when you turned. You're sure you did. Y'all both check, and what you figure out is your blinker light was out. Okay. So he issues you a defective equipment ticket, and you go and fix the bulb. Okay. You bring us proof that it's fixed. We dismiss it for a $10 fee instead of the whole cost of the ticket. So that's a really clear-cut example. Where it gets a little, people aren't sure. So insurance that covered you at the time of the stop, but maybe you just didn't have your physical insurance card, or they weren't able to access the system and see if you're insured. Insurance is one of those things where if it was in effect at the time of the stop, I can dismiss it. But if you got it after the stop, I probably can't. Okay. And now I say probably because we have some workarounds with the city attorney's office. And, you know, if you qualify for one of those, I'll check for that too. Okay. So that's the compliance dismissal. The driver's safety course option are for moving violations. You have to qualify to be in the program, and then you have to successfully complete it. To qualify, you have to be on time. The offense has to be one that's eligible for that option. Okay. You have to hold a Texas driver's license that is not a commercial driver's license. And you have to be prepared to pay the court costs. Let me just give you a quick word about court costs and fines. And then Ms. Rice, I'll take you and Mr. Callahan. Y'all just hold on a brief moment. Every ticket has a court cost and a fine. And I always give you the whole number, okay? In the driver safety course option, you pay the court cost. The fine goes on hold. And if you successfully get your course done, the right course, on time, and the record, the driving record, the right record, on time, which is a window of time to turn everything in, if you get it all in on time, your case gets dismissed. You've only paid the court cost. The fine that was on hold gets waived. The ticket goes off your record, okay, as far as a conviction is concerned. You do have to pay the court cost all at once. Sometimes I can give you a little bit of time, okay? But it's really a way to save money and not get a conviction on your record, which can be helpful, okay? So I will pre-screen you for that option and see if you're qualified. And if you are, there's no problem. We'll sort it out. If you're not, we're just going to move forward, okay? I still have 2 more to go, but Ms. Rice, Mr. Callahan, if y'all will unmute. And Ms. Rice, let me get those files pulled real quickly. The Mortimer case and the Pantano case. And I want to hear if we're heading to trial, and if we are, or if not, are we heading to resolution? And either one can start out. And Mr. Callahan, I'll hear from you as well.
Good morning, Your Honor. Oh,
good morning. How are you? No, you're fine.
I'm good.
I'm not an excessively formal person, and there's always that. Everybody be aware. There's always that what I call the space-time continuum delay. So sometimes I'm talking, you're talking. It sounds like we're cross-talking, but we're not. And I'm just very calm about that. How are you this morning, Mr. Callahan?
I'm well, Your Honor. Thank you.
Great. And Ms. Rice, how are you this morning?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. So how are we doing? Where are we heading?
We are not headed to trial, Judge. We have plea offers that are on the table. There was one that I wanted to see if we could tweak a little. I just need to speak to my clients about today's meeting, and then we can get these set for plea. So if we can set these for the next pretrial docket.
So we're scheduled for the final pretrial docket, December 29th. And I'm thinking that's a month. It should be enough time. And if you get everything in before then, you won't have to come back up to the court. If you need to come on into the court, that's a time to do it too. So we just have that stopgap time. So I treat that as either a plea docket at that point, if that's what it turns into, or we go ahead and move forward with trial setting at that point. If we do that, and if we need to address things, then we'll do it at that time. So
yes, ma'am.
we'll either see you then, or we'll have all your paperwork.
Yes, ma'am.
Does that
Thank
make
you.
sense? So that's
Yes,
Friday the 29th at 1 o'clock. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Do you have any
Thank you,
questions?
sir.
No, ma'am. May I be excused?
Just one moment. Ms. Rice, anything you need to add?
No, Mr. Callahan summed it up perfectly. So
Okay.
sounds like what we agreed to.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Callahan, yes, of course you can be, and I'll just remove you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms.
You have a
Rice.
great day.
Thank you.
And Ms. Rice, just one moment. Let me get through the rest of the announcements. So what I'll tell you then is when we have so we have two more options. The third one is a deferred disposition, and that's a fancy term. Deferred means delay, and disposition means to make final. And a deferred disposition is I accept your plea, I hold off on making it final, I don't find you guilty. We put in, and I'm kind of mimicking, we put in a document, okay? And it will list the things that you need to do to gain a dismissal. We'll sort out fines and costs. Sometimes there's a class. Sometimes there's a document, a record, a certification, things that are needed to be turned in on a schedule or completed and turned in. As long as you stay on time with your terms and conditions, when I get to the end, which is usually up to about 180 days, somewhere in there, as long as you don't have any more citations, any more tickets, as long as you've come to court on time and kept your address current, then you gain a dismissal and you've got your things done, payments, classes, all of that just on time. Then you get a dismissal and it keeps it off your record. It's a handy tool where the compliance isn't available or the driver safety isn't available. But here's the trick with the deferred disposition. You need to ask for it at the time that we do sentencing, okay? So you've got to ask for it today. And people they stumble, they don't know what to do. Guilty or no contest, but I'd like a deferred. That's what you would say, for example. Guilty or no contest, I'd like a deferred. I don't have an opinion about your plea. I'm here, think of me as a facilitator, but I do keep things on track, okay? So your plea is for you to decide. I can't give you legal advice about it. Ms. Rice can't give you legal advice about it. We're both attorneys. We can tell you what the law says, but we can't apply it to your case and tell you what you should do. We can tell you what's available. And in her case, she can tell you what she's willing to do or not do with your case if you're on her docket, which is the not guilty docket, okay? And then that's the third option with the deferred. And then the fourth thing is called teen court. And that is a way for young people to take responsibility for their offenses. It will save the family money, but it also will keep the item off your record, okay? So just walking you through that, those are the four things, okay? If you have any questions or you didn't follow some of that, that's understandable. When it's your turn, let's talk about it, okay? Everybody good? Okay, so for now, listen, because what you'll find is someone else may have the question you have, and you'll be that much the wiser if you get to that point. And I'm just gonna tweak a few things. I think my audio is turned down. I'm just not hearing very well, and it was at 0.5%. Does everybody hear me? Besides, I see some people not connected. Okay, so I'm gonna start with Brady Mendenhall. And Ms. Rice, I'm going to move him into your room. You don't get a new invitation. Your invitation stands for the whole time. And so hopefully you're able to go back to that, click over back to us. Mr. Mendenhall, when y'all have been are completed with the discussion, you come back into this room, okay? and we'll discuss what happened there to some extent. Okay, so there goes the invitation to Mr. Mendenhall. Let's see, did he go? He did go, I think, over, not joined yet. Okay, so you should see on your screen your invitation.
It accidentally went to me.
Okay, who are you?
Charles Mullenbrock.
Okay, let's see. So go over and come back. Click on it and then click back over. Let's see, where did Mr. Mendenhall go? Oh, she disconnected. That's okay. We'll call her if we don't hear back. Oh, there she is. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Ms. Mullenbrock. Or ma'am, I'll be right back with you. Let's see. I believe Mr. Mendenhall, it looks like he's no longer in the meeting. So we're going to move on to Sergey Levia.
Right
Yes.
here, ma'am.
Yes, we're here.
Oh, where are you?
Right here.
Okay, Mr. Levia, we'll be with you shortly. It looks like Mr. Mendenhall is here. Let me try to find him. Give me a moment. Luckily, I'm not easily frustrated. I don't see him. Mr. Mendenhall,
Yes, ma'am.
can you,
Yes.
Brady's iPhone, that's it. That's why. Okay, Brady's iPhone, just a moment.
Yes.
Here we go. Okay.
Okay,
I'll
join.
click- Yeah, go ahead and join. That's going to lead me to my next set of questions. So my next question is, so on the telephone, if you're on the telephone, you have a phone number beginning with 254 and ending in 830. Can you unmute and talk to me for a moment?
Yeah, I didn't get an invitation to join Mr.
You
Mendenhall.
don't get a new one. You actually have to go to your old one.
Oh, I think I closed that menu. Oh, hold on, let me see.
Nope, it's
Oh,
still.
I found it. I found it.
Okay.
All right, sorry about that.
Thank you. No, no problem. We should have reviewed that beforehand. Yeah, not your problem. Okay. Ms. Rice is working through the Zoom experience, so. Okay, well, on the phone, I didn't get an answer, but I'll just leave you there. I'll try again in a moment. If you're on the phone and you can unmute, we can't have a discussion without me hearing you. A person named Fredo, I think it's just named Fredo or Fredo's iPhone. Are you
Yes,
there?
ma'am. I'm right here. Yes,
Are
ma'am.
you-
Yes, ma'am.
Are you Alfredo Roja?
Alfredo Ortiz Rocha. Yes, ma'am.
Rocha, excuse me, sir. Okay, so. Okay, we'll be with you shortly. I just need to make sure I've identified you. I did count you here because I thought that might be you. Devin Patel, can you unmute for a moment?
Yes.
Okay, so you're here, and I normally don't like people to go away if they're here. There's a couple of issues though. You're not scheduled till December 9th. I think you were rescheduled. Today isn't your date. I'll ask Ms. Rice if she doesn't mind talking to you, okay? All right,
Thank you.
so I'll ask her when she's back in. Just hang in there. And then, let's see, so we've got that one. Joseph Webb, a person named Joseph Webb.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
What is your name?
Jordan Curry.
Curry. Okay. All right. There you go. You are on my docket, but not under that name. I'm going to change the name on the screen. It'll just be for this meeting.
Yes, ma'am.
I have to be able to identify people or I don't pull the right file. A person named A. Laird, they're having trouble connecting to audio and they have been all morning. But I
Good
see,
morning, ma'am.
yeah, Judson Laird is here. Is A. Laird connected to you?
Yes, ma'am. That's my mother's phone.
Okay. Is she there with you in the house?
Yes, ma'am.
Have her come into the room because she's not connecting and it's going to create feedback, sorry, on your end, okay?
Okay.
Hi, telephone caller.
Yes.
Hi,
Yes, ma'am.
how are you today?
Fine.
What's your name,
I
please?
was Anna McAdoo.
Okay, hold on just a moment. Miss McAdoo? Great.
Yes.
Good to see you here. How are you today?
Fine. I'm not good at doing this electrical thing.
That's okay. You're on a telephone call, so don't worry about it. Miss McAdoo, just a real quick question. And I have your plea papers and I have that you pled no contest on everything. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then I have your financial affidavit here and you've asked for a payment plan, but I'm showing
Yes,
that,
ma'am.
yes, ma'am. I'm showing that a payment plan is going to be pretty difficult. I'm able to order community service in your case. And if we do that, it would be, let me give you how many hours that would be. Do you have any physical disabilities?
No, ma'am. No. Not
So
anymore.
it would be
Not
40.
anymore.
Yes, ma'am. It would be,
Go ahead.
it would, ma'am, just a moment. It would be 40
Okay.
hours of, ma'am, just a moment. It would be 40. Can you listen for just a moment?
Yes.
Thank you. So if we do community service, it would be 40 hours of community service.
Where would I have to do this?
Okay, so I'm noticing you're in Temple.
I can't do two things at once. Can you call Cindy and tell her I'll be there, or I need to call Liz?
Ms. McAdoo, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. I recently moved to Toledo.
Okay, can you come over to the court today?
Not really. I have to work till 8 o'clock this evening.
Well, where are you?
It's a 12-hour shift.
Okay, but are you working the whole day?
Yes, ma'am. I work from 8 in the morning till 8 in the evening.
Yeah, okay, what time? 8 to 8?
Yes, ma'am.
You didn't take off any time for court?
No. We're having to do 12-hour shifts because we had somebody quit, and we're having to cover it until the boss gets somebody else hired and trained.
But your employer wouldn't give you time to come to court?
I'm not sure. I'd have to get a hold of him and ask him.
You have a lunch break when you can come over?
Well, I'm really not supposed to leave the property. I work at the rest area out in Toledo.
Does your employer understand? Yeah. Does your employer not understand that if you don't come to court, you can be arrested?
Yes, ma'am. He realizes that. I have to get with him and see if he can have somebody come in and cover. About how long it would take.
It'll take you about 10 minutes at the counter.
About 10 minutes, and then the drive over and back.
Right. Yeah, your drive, I can't control the drive time.
Yeah.
But I need you to come get your paperwork.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yes, ma'am. I'll get a hold of him. He was here just a few minutes ago, and he went out to do some work outside. So I'll try to get with him.
Okay, listen, if you're not going to be able to make it, call the clerk. Okay.
Okay.
If you're able to do that, I might be able to arrange to do this tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Is that it, ma'am?
All right. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. When you pick up your community service packet, it's going to give you it's going to give you written instructions and a timesheet to keep track of your hours. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Miss McAdoo.
Thank you, ma'am. You have a good day.
You too.
Bye.
And then I have another person, Tony M. Tony M., could you unmute, please? If you could unmute so I could hear you, that's going to help a lot.
Can you hear me now?
I can. What is your name?
Tony Barron, Barron.
Okay.
Also can go under
got it.
Mignon. Okay.
Yeah, I've got it. I've got it. It's just that I don't have a Tony M. Okay. Tony Barron. Thank you. We'll be with you shortly. Okay. So now I can conduct court because I have to know who's here. That would be in the courtroom important as well. Okay, so let me move forward then. Adam Rangel, if you could unmute and we'll talk.
Yes,
Give me a
ma'am.
moment. Hi, give me a moment to pull your file. How are you this morning?
I'm good.
Good. So I did receive the information you submitted, and I just want to make sure we're on the same page, okay? I have a guilty plea that I haven't yet accepted, a request for a deferred disposition, and proof of insurance that doesn't cover the time of the stop, but you did get it after. There wasn't an accident. Do I have all those facts clearly stated?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going to accept your plea of guilty. I'm going to delay the finding of guilt and put you on the deferred you requested. I do require insurance proof, and you've done that, so we can already check that box off. And then I just got your financial information. Let me take a quick look at that. Are you still at Delta?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And can you pay your bond today? The bond on that is $281.
Not today. I don't get paid till Friday.
What can you pay on Friday? Well, we're not open. So what can you pay on Monday?
I could probably pay half.
Okay. Let me check the calendar real quickly. We can do half. And then that's the 29th. Okay. So we're going to do 141 on that day. Correct? Correct. 141 on that day. That's half.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then are you always paid on Fridays?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's see. So what about the 10th or the 17th for the remaining amount?
I can do the 10th.
Okay. And that one is 140. And then your other conditions are to stay insured. You've already proven that you're going to do that because we're only going to go 120 days.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And insurance is already taken care of. So the only details are the payment, the two payments, stay insured. Don't get any more tickets. If you move, you got to let us know and keep your address current. Okay. And then also don't get arrested for anything. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So those are just standard conditions. Now, we set up your case through email today, and you're on an email, the email account we use to send the link. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Can we send your paperwork to that link and have you sign the paperwork? Where did he go? Where are you, sir?
I'm here. Sorry.
It's okay. If we send that paperwork to the email that you used for today, can you print it, sign it, and email it back to us? We don't do electronic signatures for the court.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then we can handle it through email as opposed to coming to court. And then if you want to call the clerk, they can give you how to pay online or on the phone. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right, then we'll send that to you, probably get it to you in an hour or less, but be patient with the clerk and she'll get it to you. And then if you have any questions, you can call and see, someone at the front desk. If they can't help you, they'll put you back in with a meeting with me. But otherwise, print it, sign it, send it back to us, and you're good to go. Just stay on the schedule, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, any questions, Mr. Rangel?
No, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. You have a blessed day.
You too.
Am I?
Yes. Sorry. Said that right when I clicked. Ms. Rice, if you could unmute, and I think you were talking to Mr. Mendenhall.
Yes, yes, Your Honor. I had a discussion with Mr. Brady Mendenhall and his father. State's decided to dismiss this case, and I will send a dismissal over after pretrial today.
Okay. Let me just make a note. Sending that over. And then Mr. Mendenhall, once I sign that, which will be today, we'll email that to you. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
And then Ms. Rice, I do have your next person as Mr. Leva, or Leva. Mr. Leva, you can tell me the best way to say it.
It is Leva. Okay,
great. And I'll give you that invitation. Ms. Rice, I have another quick question for you. In this question, Mr. Devin Patel is here. He is not on your docket until December 7th. There was some confusion. I told him I would ask if you could just at least speak with him today. Would that be okay for you?
Yes, with the caveat that I'm gonna have to look into his case. So it may take a little bit longer just because I'll have to look at his file.
Of course.
Yeah.
I don't think he minds. Mr. Patel, I've got you queued up. You'll be visited with shortly, okay? And then I'm first gonna move Mr. Leva over to your room 1. So that invitation should be there, Mr. Leva.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, sir. One moment. Okay, so I'm moving forward then with Adriana Hernandez. Ms. Hernandez, give me just a moment to get your file pulled. There we go. Just real quickly, Ms. Painter, did you have a question that can't wait? Your hand is up. You have to unmute. I can't hear you.
I didn't know that if you had called me on your docket or not.
So I don't call a docket. I just call, I will shortly call people that I think are not here in case they're here. But if I call a docket and then call a docket of people who aren't here, what I found is on Zoom, everybody gets really confused. So
Okay.
if I don't call your name at the beginning, it's a pretty good thing because I think you're here. Okay.
Okay.
All right. But it's not an unusual question.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. I'll be with you soon. And Ms. Hernandez?
Yeah.
Hi, can you unmute? Oh, you did. Of course you did. Excuse me. So let's see. Let me just kind of tell you where I'm sitting. I have a no contest plea on a charge of speeding where the fines and costs are $259. You did request a driver's safety course in your paperwork. However, you missed your court date, so I can't do that one. I could do a deferred, which would keep it off your record. And we would need to sort out the fines and costs, which I can work with you on because I am showing a tight budget. And so I would work with you on that. Are you requesting a deferred?
I actually wanted to talk to you about that. On my ticket, what the officer wrote, it looks like it says the 15th of November.
Let me look at it. Okay. I'm getting it pulled up. Oh, I see those. Okay. I see your point. I'm looking at it and the S is on the line. It does look like a 5. So I'll grant it.
Thank you. I was confused, so I called and I asked, and they told me that I was supposed to go by the 1st. And so I showed up and I showed the lady that I spoke with the ticket, and she agreed that it did look like a 15 also. And so that's why I didn't come in till after.
Gotcha. So moving forward, you've got to pay your court costs, which are $144, I believe. And can you do that today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you have current insurance?
Yes.
Okay, you're going to, let's see, and you're in Temple. Can you come by the clerk's desk and then today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Bring your insurance license and the 144. They're going to do a sign up process with you at the window. I've approved it. Okay. And then what's going to happen is you'll get your 90 days to complete. I believe that's going to be around February 24th. You don't have to wait that long. If you get it in next week, you finish it out. Okay. But remember, a course approved for ticket dismissal and your 3A driving record. This will all be in writing. Your 3A driving record, which you get online on the DPS website. Okay.
Okay.
Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am. Thank you.
What time should we be looking for you?
I would say later this evening, probably around 3.
3 is okay. And I'm just putting a note on your file. Okay. Any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Hernandez. All right. And so my next person is Judson Laird. Mr. Laird, let me get
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. I'm going to pull your file. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well. I have a plea of guilty on a speeding charge and a request for teen court. I have proof of enrollment in school. We are in a school zone, but there was no accident, thankfully. And so I can proceed with teen court. You're 17, so I don't require a parent. However, with teen court, there's a $20 fee. And I need to know, when is that going to be paid? Can it be paid today in cash?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. Mom's there?
Yes, ma'am.
Excellent. Okay, great. And then there's going to be a driving course that you do.
Okay.
It's just like a driver safety course, but I want it due in 30 days instead of 90. One of the reasons, the main reason being that, so right now you're under 25, you're in the top group for death and dismemberment on the roadway. Okay. So I need that class soon because there is a correlation between the class completion and better driving. Okay. And especially in the school zone, that's just an inherently dangerous spot. Okay. You got lucky, no one was hurt. Okay. But I want you safe, the public safe. So teen court's the way to go. I waive the $279 if you get your course done on time and turned in, and your $20 fee today. So 30 days due. That's going to be December 28th. So you're going to have to get this done pretty soon because that's the holiday. People often will say, but I forgot. And the answer is you needed to be on time. So stay on time. Okay. Now, you're going to come by to pay that cash bond. What time am I looking for you?
We could be there by 11. We could be there by 11, ma'am.
Okay. We'll have everything at the front desk. So it'll go quickly. It'll only take about 10 to 15 minutes. And mom's welcome, but you definitely need to be here. And so
Yes,
we'll see you or y'all around the 11 o'clock.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Do you have any questions?
I don't think so.
Okay. Thank you. And let's see, moving along. Let's see, we've got Christy Paintner. Ms. Paintner, we're about, oh, hold just a moment, Ms. Paintner. Going to take Ms. Rice and Mr. Leyva, excuse me. I don't know why I'm stuck on that one. And so, Ms. Rice, are we heading to resolution? Or are we heading to trial?
State's decided to dismiss this case, and I will send a dismissal after court today.
Thank you very much. And Mr. Lavia, I will sign that once I've received it, and then we'll email it to you. And just a reminder, your driver safety course and driving record are due January 16th, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. You have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay for us to use the email that we used to sign you up today?
Please.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Rice. Let me advance you forward. Tasia Kervin is your next person, Kervin. She can tell us the best way to say it. Ma'am, how do you say your last name?
Kervin.
Kervin, okay. And sending you an invitation over, and you'll just click on it, and when you're done, you'll come back in, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Ms. Painter, I'm just pulling your file. There we go. How are you this morning? Good morning, Ms. Painter. How are you this morning?
Good morning. I'm fine. And how are you?
I'm well. Let's see. So I am looking at your file, and I did get your pleas of guilty on the 3 charges. There was speeding at 259. There's insurance case 281. And then there is a driving with an invalid license 281. These are from August 16th.
Yes, ma'am.
My question, I got your financial affidavit, and I see, there's limited income, and then I didn't see any bills. Do you have bills? Or are you living where you don't have to?
I do have bills. I'm living with a friend right now. She's charging me $200 a month for rent, and then I have my cell phone bill. I don't have my vehicle anymore, so I don't have insurance on any vehicles.
What's your cell phone bill? What's your cell phone bill, please?
$75.
Okay, and then what do you think you pay for gas rides?
I pay her $50 a week to take me back and forth to work.
Okay, and
I only work part-time.
Yes. What other bills do you have that are regular?
That's the only bill I have, just my rent and insurance and paying her to take me back and forth to work.
Okay. Do you have any disabilities that I need to take into account?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And how long have you been living with her?
I'm sorry?
How long have you been living in your current situation?
I've been living, July.
Okay, is that permanent, or what's the status on that?
It's not permanent. It's just where I'm staying right now.
Okay. I can do low payments, and I can do some reductions. I do need your signature on a low payment plan of $25 a month.
Okay.
And what's a good day of the month to collect that?
I get paid we normally get paid on the 1st and the 15th, so probably the middle of the month, like the 15th.
Okay. And so right now, that would put us into December 15th. If it falls on a weekend or a holiday, then you just bounce to the next business day for the due date. I need your signature on this today. I see that you're in Belton. If I email it to you, can you print it and either scan it and email it back to me, or take a photo that's readable and send it back to me?
I'm actually in Temple right now. I could come into the court and sign it.
Okay. When should we expect you?
Probably within the next hour.
Okay. I'll make a note. I'm going to do some reductions. And those should be done around the time you get here. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Any questions? Yes, ma'am, of course. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Then with the thanks of the court, you're good to go.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. On her, let's take off. Let's go half. Ms. Rice and Ms. Kervin. Ms. Rice, where are we with regard to Ms. Kervin?
Your Honor, I think we're towards a resolution. I think that Ms. Kervin's probably set for a final pretrial.
She is set, yes.
We may get a resolve before then, so if we could just leave it on that date. I don't know the dates, like I didn't tell her.
I will.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks.
Ms. Kervin, hold on one moment before I let you go. Ms. Rice, Cecilia White is your next person. And Ms. White, I believe Ms. White, let's see. Well, she was here. Are you here? Okay, let's see. Okay, Ms. Rice, hold on just a moment. I believe you might be done.
Did Mr. Patel want to see me?
Yes, Mr. Patel. I knew there was at least one more. Okay, Mr. Patel, that room invitation has gone over to you. Okay, just click on it. When you're done, you'll come back over. Ms. Kervin, can you unmute for just a quick moment?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so right now what I'm going to tell you is your final date to come into the court is December 29th at 2. If you've got a discussion going on with Ms. Rice and she's giving you something to do for dismissal, the earlier you can get it to us, the better, because we might be able to cancel that date, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
If you need up to that date, you can always come in at that time. If you're not sure whether you need to be here, call the clerk the day of or the day before and just double check that it's still pending. And if it's not pending, if it's already been dealt with, then you're good to not be here. If it's still pending, you come on over so we can figure out what the confusion is, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you have any questions of me?
No, ma'am.
Okay, you're good to go, Ms. Kervin. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
You too, ma'am. So a real quick question before I move forward, and this is just one of those formal things that I have to do as a judge. If I call your name and you're here, I think you're not here, so I've got to call these names. Jenna Bautista, Sean Bricker, Stanziana Cobos, Lamar Johnson, Christopher Martin, Leila Salceda, Martin Solis, Cecilia White, and then Tiandra Whitfield, Tiandra Whitfield, Joe Ramirez, Larry Matthews, Natividad Leon, Christy King, Wayela Huena or Juina, I don't know. That one's very different. Okay, so everyone else I'm assuming is here, and let me just move on forward with Georgia Mickelenbrock. How badly did I butcher that, ma'am?
It's Mullenbrock.
Oh, there you go, Mullenbrock. Much easier than what I tried to do. Give me a moment. Let me get your file. And do you have a parent with you today?
Yes, my mom's right here.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
16. So I'll require your signature on everything as well.
Yes.
And so Ms.
Mullenbrock.
Mullenbrock. Ms. Mullenbrock, by that I mean Georgia. I have a stop sign charge, running a stop sign. There was an accident. Are you okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You know about the other party?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. And I'm assuming you had insurance at the time because I didn't see a ticket for that. I agree with your statements in your letter to me. Thank you. And teen court is a good way to do that, to learn. And so there's a $20 teen court fee, and that has to be paid in cash. Can we do that today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And then there's a driving course that you're going to need to do. That's going to be due in 30 days. And then there's an essay. I believe 3 pages. It's not long, but I want you to put some thought into it. And it'll also be due on the 28th. And actually, you'll have that, the topic and the requirements, plus driving course information in your teen court packet. And I need you to come by the court today to pay that $20 fee, sign off on your paperwork, and pick up your packet. Can you do that?
Yes, ma'am. It's yes, Your Honor. I just can't write because I hurt my shoulder during the accident.
It's a typed assignment. If you
Okay.
dictate it, or if you can't type, someone can dictate it.
I can type. I just can't manually write.
Okay. All right. That's fine. I went away from handwriting a while back. I used to require handwriting. Okay. And so we'll have everything for you. About what time should we be looking for you?
We'll leave now. We'll leave now, so within the hour, ma'am.
Okay, sure. We'll have everything at the front desk pretty soon, pretty quickly. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
May I be dismissed? May I be dismissed?
You may. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Everyone just give me 2 minutes to get caught up with signing things. Let me review those essay when you get ready. And so I'm moving forward with Alfredo Rocha, excuse me. The moment I say Rocha, the next person I say Rocha to, they'll correct me and say Roja. I get that one goes different directions for how people, their family, and what their family history is. But good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good, ma'am. What about you?
I'm fine. You're 18, but I do
Yes,
have you
ma'am.
enrolled in high school, and so I can actually grant teen court. There's a no driver's license charge though, and I wanted to talk to you about that for a moment before we talk about teen court. Mr. Rocha, are you able to get a driver's license?
Yes, ma'am. I just finished my driver's courses and now I just got to go to the DPS appointment on the 8th of next month.
December 8th is your appointment?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I can extend you. Is he on time for teen court? Rocha, R-O-C-H-A. Just one moment. I've got 2 possible options. I want to start with the easiest. Let me see if you're qualified, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, hold on. You're on time. So what I can do is schedule you for not later than the 28th. And I need your signature on that document this morning. That will keep you on time and allow you to be eligible for not a state law dismissal, but a prosecutor dismissal. So can you come sign that document this morning so we can keep you on time, keep you in the running for just an outright dismissal?
Yes, ma'am, you could.
Okay. When can we look for you to come sign for that?
No later than 12.
Okay. And then that's going to say you're extended to December 28th for what is known as a prosecutor dismissal. And what I'm going to tell you about that is as soon as you get that license, the permit, whatever it is you're getting, whichever one, come on by. The clerk can make a copy and they'll route it to me for signature to dismiss. If you don't have it by the 28th of December, you need to come in and schedule another meeting like this one, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you have any questions?
No, not at all.
Your next step is just to come by and sign, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And then get your license and then turn it in to me.
That's fine with me.
We won't keep it.
For sure, for sure.
All right, you have a good day.
All right, you as well, ma'am.
Okay, so my next person, give me just a moment, is going to be Katie Schmidt. And Ms. Schmidt, if you'll unmute while I get your file pulled up. How are you this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. And let's see, we reset you to provide, I reset you to provide proof that you were enrolled in school.
Yeah, I got the enrollment paper right here, but I can scan it and email it to you if you need it.
I do need it because I'm trying to qualify you for teen court.
Okay, yes, ma'am. I can get that to you.
Okay, how quickly can you send that over?
I can send it over as soon as we're done with the Zoom.
Okay, I'm trying to get it so I can continue the Zoom.
Or can we get
Wait,
some-
real quickly, can you send it while you're still in the meeting? Or do you need to log out, send it, and log back in?
Mom, what do you need to do?
I have to go to work and scan it in and then send it.
She'd have to go to work, scan it in, and then send it to you.
Okay, so I need you to come by and sign to get a reset. Unless you don't want teen court, if you want this to go on your record. I mean, y'all.
I can come by and sign for a reset if that's okay, because I would not like this on my record.
Yeah, I think that would be best.
Yes, ma'am. We will get that done. I'm so sorry.
It's okay, but let's see. When can you be here?
We can leave right now to go get that done.
Okay, and just bring it with you.
Yes, ma'am.
And they'll reschedule you for December 7th.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, just make sure they send. Okay, all right. We'll have everything at the front desk, okay?
All right, yes, ma'am. Am I dismissed?
Yes. Thank you for asking. Okay, everyone give me just about 2 seconds. Yeah, very good. Thank you. I thought that's what it was, but I haven't looked at it in a while. Okay, and so I'm moving forward with Malachi Montanez, excuse me. And give me just a moment. This Montanez. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
Good. Give me a moment, Mr. Montanez. Just let me get your case pulled up. Okay. And I do have proof of enrollment in school. And you're 17, so we're good to move forward. And remind me again what school you go to?
I go to Belton High School.
Okay, and your senior year?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Listen, I've got your plea on both cases. And it was a no contest plea on each of those. One is failing to yield the right of way, turning left at an intersection. The other is a violation of your restriction on your license, the hours to operate. And you've pled no contest on both of those. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so we're going to look at teen court. Now with teen court, there's $20 for each case paid in cash, usually today. So that would be $40. Can y'all do that today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then, so there was an accident. And then you shouldn't have even been there. Problem. What was going on that you were out driving?
I was at my friend's Halloween costume party.
Not necessary under the law, okay? There's a restriction on your license. And that's for a reason. It's a safety reason. So I have 2 cases. So I need actually one class, and it's called Alive at 25. And but with that one, I think you do it online. Give me just a moment. We were having some enrollment concerns there as far as how far out that is. Okay, can we find out though? Yolanda does know when, is she here today? When they're scheduling up. Let me get a date because I need to know when they're meeting. I don't want to schedule you to turn it in and then it doesn't happen until after that. And then that's the reverse of what we want. So we're calling the court clerk. She can tell us.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, I have a question, if you don't mind.
I don't mind.
I guess we're a little confused about the violation of the Class G. Is that in reference to curfew?
So, you're Louise. Malachi, can you pull out your license?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me pull the ticket up. Okay. So what does it tell you? It should be on the back, restriction. Bryce will be right with you.
Just says restrictions with corrective lenses, and then G. Is that what you're referring to, Your Honor?
Yes. Say hours. That's his license. A and G. Okay. So there's two restrictions on his license. Yeah, one is an A and the other is a G. And I'm just making sure they've coded it right. Yeah, so you cannot drive between the hours of midnight and 5 a.m. What's on that citation?
Right. I guess we're confused, Your Honor, because this all took place before midnight.
Not according to the ticket.
I understand. So is it at the time of the citation or the time of the accident?
So it could be either, because the deal is if you get in a car wreck and now you're delayed past curfew, you're past curfew.
I understand, Your Honor. Thank you for explaining that.
The ticket was written at 12:26. It's a good question. But the fact is you can't foresee everything and you're supposed to plan accordingly and you're not supposed to have a wreck. So let's say you're driving down the road and someone hits you. They might not have issued the ticket, perhaps, but I don't know. They still could have.
That's what happened in this case, ma'am.
So you don't think that the accident was failing to yield the right of way?
From my understanding, it was before midnight. I was confused
No, but
about.
what I'm saying is he created an accident.
Oh yes, ma'am. He did, and we accept
That put him
responsibility.
outside of curfew.
Yes, ma'am. And we accept responsibility for that.
I mean, so teen court is a way to keep it off the record.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's a no contest, please. You haven't admitted the offense, Malachi. However, you're going to a party. I presume that you were going to plan to come back, but maybe you weren't. Maybe you were staying there the night. I don't know. But to me, I don't see a problem with the restriction violation because you're driving, you're close to the hour, maybe it's right at midnight, and then you cause an accident, and now you're delayed past the curfew on the license. That's an appropriate offense.
I agree with you, Your Honor.
So moving forward into teen court, there's the $40 fee. Y'all are paying that today. And then I did check while we've been having a discussion, there is a course. What's the fee on that course? Called Alive at 25. It is online. Its next meeting is January 29th. And so that's actually like a Saturday. I believe. Let me double check. I'm kind of not liking that option, to be honest with you, because it's really far out in the future. So what I'm going to say, let's just back up. And on the failing to yield the right of way, we're going to do a driving safety course. And on the violation restriction, we're going to do what's called a life skills class. Those are both online. Right. And life skills, I've shifted what I'm doing. Driver safety on one and life skills on the other. It's going to run about the same amount. And the life skills class, what are my hour options on the sheet? Just one moment. And these will all be due on the 28th. The life skills class, I'm going to stick with the minimum hours on that class. Let me double check. $10. $4. You said 4? Yeah, 4 hours. It goes faster than you would think. And that's the minimum one. Okay. And both of those turned in by the 28th of December will get you a dismissal. Do you want to do that?
Yes, ma'am. Oh, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So can y'all come by the court today at what time?
Yes, ma'am. We'll leave now.
Okay. If it's not all ready for you, just be patient. We're working on it, but we're also connected. We should have it there pretty short.
We understand, Your Honor. Thank you. We
Okay,
appreciate it.
thank you. We'll see.
Are we dismissed?
You are.
Thank you. You have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Rice, I know you were visiting with Mr. Patel, and what do you have to report?
So I think we settled on a resolution of a deferral with the full court costs and fines, 90 days. He can pay it today, and then just standard conditions.
Okay, yeah, he's 26, so I don't need a class.
Right.
You aren't asking for it, right?
No, Your Honor. No, nothing special.
Okay, thank you. And Ms. Rice, that actually concludes your docket for the day. Thank you for your time.
All right, thank you.
You have anything we need to address?
No, we're good.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
All right, thanks.
And Mr. Patel, if you could unmute, thank you. So I can send that to you electronically and you can pay online or by phone, or you can come by the court. What's going to work best for you?
You can send it to me online.
Okay, we'll email it to you. And then once you have it, you sign it, you scan it back over to us, and then you can call and do payment at that point, because it means our system set it up right. Or you can go online and make payment.
Would it be too late to change that? I could just actually come right now and do that.
Okay.
That way I can sign it in person and it's good to go from there.
It is, and we'll make a copy for you, okay?
Thank you so much. And you have a wonderful day.
Thank you. So you're coming to the front desk around now?
Correct, yes.
Okay, just be patient in case we're not fully ready, but we should be pretty soon.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, and moving forward. Let's see. And now, Estrella Salas, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Be patient with me for just a moment. I see Layla's iPhone. Could you unmute? Y'all came in kind of late. What's your name?
Yes, ma'am. My name is Leila Salceda.
Oh, goodness. So, yeah, y'all came in about an hour late. And we started at 9. And we're going to have to reschedule you because I just let me see if we can get her back on.
Yes, ma'am. I apologize. I just got out of class. I forgot completely about the change in the date of the hearing. It's my fault.
Okay. I like to deal with people that are here because then I don't know if they're coming back. Can we call her office and tell her I made a mistake? There was one more person, but they were identified by their iPhone and I just didn't catch it. Okay. Ms. Salcedo, we're gonna see if we can get her back online, okay? Just
Thank
please
you so
hold.
much.
Please hold. No promises, but we'll sort it out.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Ms. Salas? She was
Yes,
late.
ma'am.
Okay, Ms. Salas?
Yes,
Uh,
ma'am.
So we have a little mess we want to solve. Your plea form was completed by a parent, which you're 18, so that's not going to work out. So there's a theft under $100. Give me just a moment. Let me get Ms. Rice moving forward.
Hello.
Hi, Ms. Rice.
Hi.
I'll give you a moment to get all the way in.
Yes.
Thank you. I apologize. Leela's iPhone is actually Leela Salceda, and they came in late, but you know how I am. I really like to deal with people when they're here, just in case they don't come back. And so, and they had been rescheduled. That was part of what happened for her. And so she just had sort of forgotten the date and then got out of class and realized and logged in quickly. And here we are. Do you mind going ahead and moving forward with her?
Yeah, well, she's here. We might as well.
Thank you so much. And so Ms. Rice, I'm sending you a breakout room invitation.
Okay.
And Ms. Salceda, that invitation's coming. Well, you'll click on it. When you're done with that discussion, that's a meeting with the prosecutor, who is not your lawyer. She's the prosecutor. But she is here to see if we can move to resolution or move to trial. And she's going to visit with you about it, and then you'll come back to this meeting after. Thank you. Just click on that. Okay. And so Ms. Salas, so we had some confusion with that part, and we enrolled you in a first offender program to gain a dismissal, and everything was due, and then it turned in. So first, let me just start at the beginning, okay? You are Ms. Salas, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And this is a theft under $100 charge. How are you pleading to the charge?
Guilty.
Okay. Have you ever had a charge like this before?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Was that with us or at county?
Yeah, that was Temple.
Where?
It was in Temple.
Okay. And so let me look and see. Was it under this name?
Under Solace?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Was it here at the Temple Court?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I don't have another one.
I took a class to get it on.
Okay. It's probably old enough or you were young enough that I don't no longer look at it. Okay. So let's just start from ground one, okay? Are you enrolled in school?
Currently no.
Are you supposed to be?
Yes, ma'am. I just took off because I've had a baby.
Okay.
And I've moved recently.
Sorry?
And I've moved recently.
Okay. Are you still in Temple?
No, I'm in Killeen now.
Killeen, okay. We need your new address, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And so what I want to tell you is we can do a deferred disposition if you want to try to keep it off your record. But, and I see that you don't have a job right now. Are you in a position where someone can help you pay for a class, like an online class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What I can do is order community service for the money part. You know, the balance is $296, and I can order community service. Can someone watch your baby while you do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's 14 hours of community service. I'm going to give you 60 days to do that. Are you okay after birth? Are you having any complications?
No,
Okay. And so, and how's the baby?
he's doing good. Thank you.
Okay, great. Okay, so community service due in 60 days, a class due online. I'll go with the lowest amount of class, but I'm going to need you to come and sign it. I think there's a lot of information. Can you have someone, or can you come over?
Today?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll have everything at the window for you. And that way, you'll want to read it through in case you have any questions. But this is a way to keep it off your record still, which is going to get important when you look for work. Okay.
Okay.
All right. A theft intervention class and community service. Actually, yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay. So now she's not. Okay. All right. So around what time are we looking for you?
Probably around 12.
Okay, great. We'll see you then. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. And Jordan Curry,
Yes, ma'am.
you're finally sitting down. There you go. How are you this morning?
I'm doing good right now at the moment. How are
Okay.
you?
I'm okay. We have
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we have two charges. One is an expired motor vehicle registration charge. The other is a no driver's license charge.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
give me just a moment. Caused an accident.
Because there was only two
It
charges.
is only two charges.
Yeah, it's only two charges. Just give me a moment.
Yes, ma'am.
One is no DL, one is registration. Is the vehicle registered?
Judge, I'm sorry. The vehicle was in an accident and he totaled it.
Okay, so it can't get registered.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I
Correct.
understand. Okay, now. And you are enrolled at Temple High School?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so I can go ahead and order teen court. There are two charges. So there's a total of $40 in teen court fees. Can that get paid today?
Yes.
And
Yes.
okay. And then there's a no driver's license charge. Do you have a driver's license at this time?
No, ma'am.
Are you in the process? Just yes. Like he's actually 17. And Mom, you can step in a minute. But Jordan, where are you in the process of getting that license?
I actually finished my driver's course because I did it last year and I had to redo it again because I missed my date to go up to the DPS, and now I gotta wait till January.
Okay, are you scheduled to get your license?
For your tell her the reason you're having to wait till January is because you need your attendance record.
I need my attendance from TIHA. Yes,
yeah,
ma'am.
I figured because that's usually why people have to wait. But thank you, Mom, for the honesty. It's very important. Always be straight with the judge. Okay. So here's my question. Do y'all have an appointment yet? Or you can't make one yet? Okay.
We can't make one yet.
Okay, I know I have so I take different directions depending on where people are in that process. Give me just a moment because we need to talk a little bit further and I need to talk to Ms. Rice real quickly. I'll be right back with you. Ms. Rice, thank you for coming back in. I really do appreciate it. On Ms. Salcedo's case, are we heading to a resolution? Or are we heading to trial?
We're gonna head for a resolution. I'm just going to keep our current pretrial setting set and hopefully we'll get everything resolved, and I couldn't find the date. So
yes, that's fine.
Let her know.
Yeah, it's a little tricky in LT. Ma'am, your next date is December 29th at 2:00. Okay, and we'll see you then. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Rice.
All right.
And
may
Ms.
I-
Rice, just a real quick question or a real quick thing that might help is, so when we schedule this meeting, we also then schedule the next pretrial.
Right.
And let me just ask Melissa, put that in the note. Yeah, but do you put that in the note? In LT? No. When she's looking at that file, her best way to find it wouldn't be document. Yeah, but if she's just trying to tell someone when she doesn't know, like she can't pull all the dockets and try in their file. So the best way to find it in the person's file, would it be the scan? No, okay. So that's going to be the best way to find that. I don't mind just telling people at all. But
Okay.
if you want to know it,
It's a new system, so I really can figure out.
I know,
what it
and
was.
it's not actually as easy as the old system.
Yeah.
So I've had to learn, and I'm still learning, and it's been a year, and now we're going through a conversion to a slightly different version of this system. It's going to be interesting. And so on this particular issue of finding that final pretrial date, when she sends out notice, it's in an email to them.
Okay.
And it's scanned, that email is scanned into their file. The next time you're here, we might do, or we could do a tutorial online too. We'll show you, but you're looking, there's two ways to find that document. One is just to drop down the documents and look for it. We're working on how they label those things because right now there's not uniformity with how the clerks are labeling. We're about to do a class on that. Excuse me. The other way is when you look at the bottom where you have things that are in kind of orange and yellow, orange and white.
Yes.
Okay. So you'll find either something called scan or something called EIMG, like an image scan. And you can start looking at the most recent will be on top. And a lot of times it's in the first one or two scanned items. So that can be helpful.
Yeah, I found it actually as we were talking.
Perfect.
Yeah, I found it for her. Yeah.
Okay, very good. So you got a better feel for that. But
yes,
I never mind telling you, no problem. But if you're back in the office looking and you want to look at something like that, that's the best way to find it.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you so much for today.
Okay, all right, thank you. Do you need me for anything else before I leave?
No, this time I don't. Thank you.
Okay, all right, great. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, Mr. Curry, are you able to kind of focus? Because you're back out.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you're outside.
You want me to go inside real quick?
It doesn't matter to me, but I'd like you to hold still.
Yes, ma'am.
As you move around, you'll have technology challenges. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. I'm going inside real quick.
Okay. So I think what we're going to do is a driving safety course on one of the cases. I know you've done one, but you're going to do another one. And this one will be slightly different because it's not the one for getting your license. It's the one for like, oh, wait a minute. He didn't have a license. So he won't be able to enroll. He'll have trouble. Okay, scratch that. I'm just realizing that's not going to work. We're going to do one class for both cases. It's a life skills class. And you'll pay for that class. And it's going to be 10 hours. Okay.
How much is it?
A lot cheaper than your ticket. Because your tickets are $300.
Yes,
$332. But I think it's let me look. You'll look when you get it, but I want to say it's about between $50 to $70.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
And so you're going to pay $40 today. And then about, what is the license? We don't know, but you'll look online. They're not expensive. I'll tell you though, it's cheaper, always cheaper than if you pay both these tickets.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, I'm looking at you paying, but at the most $110.
The most 100, yes.
110 instead of 332.
Yes, ma'am.
Sounds like a bargain to me.
Thank
want
you
it?
so much.
Yeah, there you go. You want it? You want
Yes.
to do this? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So I need your signature and I need you to pay that $40 cash fee.
Hey, you think I could pay the $100 cash fee just in just?
No, you're paying a fee here. You're going online and paying for your class. I have no part in that.
Oh,
money.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I don't have anything to do with that. That's for a class that you take online.
So what
Okay.
time can we go? Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you
Mom,
so
are you?
much.
Yes, Mom, are you on board?
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. Do you have anything I need to know before we move forward?
No, I guess I'll get the instruction from the court.
Yeah. So what's going to happen is y'all will come by, you'll sign the paperwork, you'll pay the $40 fee, and then there'll be information for a life skills class. And it's a 10-hour class. It's going to count for both charges. And so instead of two 4-hour classes, instead of two 5-hour classes, it's one 10-hour class. Okay. A little bit of a double or nothing, but one thing to get them both dismissed. And that way you don't have to pay for two classes.
Okay.
And then
Absolutely.
we'll have class information on there as well.
All right. Thank you so very, very much.
Okay. If y'all have questions, ask the clerk. If the clerk can't answer, they'll put you back in with the meeting.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay. But you're going to need to get on it, Jordan, and get your class done because you can log in and out. You don't have to do it all at one 10-hour stretch. You're going to want to log in and out because you'll get tired of it. Okay. But it's due pretty quickly, like right after Christmas. So you want to get on it now. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Are we going up there today?
Yes.
Yes,
All right.
you have to. When can we expect you?
Maybe in
What? I have an appointment at 11, and then I have my daughter has because they're fixing to show
Because
up.
it's 20 till 11. She's got some.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
How about
So,
3?
It will be today. It will be today. 3:30.
3:30 is great.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. 8. That's the smallest. Miss Barron, if you'll get on screen and unmute, that would help.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you today?
I'm a little stressed about this ticket, but I gotta get it done.
It's okay. They did go to warrant. We can get it resolved. There's a speeding charge, and that one is $339.10 because of warrants and fees. And then what's called a violate the promise to appear not coming to court on time. That one is $434.20. And I'm showing a plea of guilty on that as well. And I'm also showing that I can order community service instead of payments. I did see, I think you were the person. Let me just look.
I live in Dallas, Texas.
That's okay. I'll take community service from any nonprofit in your community, but it must be a nonprofit. I can email you everything and then you look for a nonprofit in your community.
That would be wonderful.
Churches, those kinds of places, food banks, etc. And even if it's something that you're currently involved in already, like sometimes people are already volunteering at a dog rescue place or something like that. So just find a nonprofit, get your hours done, and then we'll zero out your balance. Let me tell you how many hours. It comes to 42 hours. And I need a signature today. If I send you a document to sign, can you print it, scan it, sign it? Print it, sign it, scan it back to me? Or can you print
Am I
it?
able to fax it to you?
Of course.
If that's good, I can fax it to you.
Here's the fax number. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
254 773
773
4301.
4301. But these community service, it will still go on my driving record, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes, and when do I need to have these done by?
I'm gonna start with 60 days. That's January 25th. If you don't get it done by then, you need to apply for an extension to the court, okay?
I'm a nurse, so I'm gonna try on my
Yeah.
days off.
It's okay, you know, sometimes people can't get it done. You just don't let the time go, because then you'll get another warrant.
Yes, ma'am.
And all you have to do is email and say, here are the hours I've already done, send them on in. And this is how long I think I need to get it finished. And I'll give you the time. But try to email before the due date so that you don't get another warrant, because that adds fees. And then we have to add hours.
Omar, I thank you so much.
Okay, I'm recalling your warrants today, okay?
Okay, have a wonderful birthday, holidays.
Okay, thank you for that. Have
Thank
a good
you.
one. All right. Okay, seeing no other persons, I will